I came here today to start grouting, and originally down on this ledge right here, I was thinking about doing tile paint because this is not a bullnose, which it really should be, but this tile did not have bullnose, but the sharp edge concerned me, especially because this is a ledge that either they could be using or somebody may put their foot up on, and that just didn't sit well with me, that somebody may slip and slice their foot. Somebody actually reached out and gave us a tip about metal bullnose. I thought it was a great idea, so I went on and I just looked up some, different kinds. I got one metal bullnose, and it did round it, but the gap on the bottom was just a little big. It just stuck out a little too far. It stuck out about a ½ inch. And I also, on a whim, just picked up this square finish edge. All I did was I just used my reciprocating saw. I just ground out some of that thin set. Now, you're really supposed to, when you install these, you're supposed to do it while you're installing the tile. So the thin set's wet, and this finishes with the thin sets. Unfortunately, I don't have that option. I'm actually just gonna dump silicone into this top seam. Stick this in, and basically that's what it's gonna look like. It leaves a little seam, so when I grout this, I grout that top, I'll silicone the bottom, and this makes me a lot more comfortable. Now, unfortunately, when I was doing here, I didn't account for the reciprocating saw running like this, and it popped that top tile, so I gotta reset this tile real quick. So here and here will be set in thin set, but the rest will be all siliconed in. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and then I'll give that a couple hours to dry, and then I'll come back and I'll just grout this seam. One thing I would do next time is definitely have a sponge here, so when I thin set these in, I can really come in and clean these seams out with a sponge, because this is obnoxious. Now I gotta go in and really clean it up so I can get grout in there and leave a nice clean line. I mean, I kind of knew that, I don't know why I didn't do it.
Now that all the seams are clear of thin set, Lauren and I were able to get this surround grouted with no problems. And because the metal edging looked so good on the small ledge, Lauren and I decided we were going to border the entire surround with it.
While that grout dries, I'm going to get back to wrapping these walls in the shiplap. Now, we're calling it shiplap, but this isn't shiplap like the classic shiplap where there's space between. We were going to use that, but when we priced it out, we had a lot of this tongue and groove from an old headboard that Lauren had made. We measured the cost, and we decided it was a lot easier just to go with a few more boards of this tongue and groove instead of buying full bathroom worth of shiplap. So we're saying shiplap, but it really is just tongue and groove pine. Basically, I'm having trouble. This is the correct length to go up there, but I'm having trouble making that final wrap. But what you can do is you can actually rip this groove off, this backside groove, so that you actually don't have to make that snap. You could just press it right up and onto it and then nail it in. It's pretty hilarious how crooked everything in this house is. This shiplap is totally level. When I step back and look at it, it actually looks crooked. And that's because the floor is crooked. I never know what the best alternative is. I never know whether I should actually level it or whether I should almost split the difference between level and aesthetic to the eye pleasing. I always end up just making it level, but then what is level? You know, when compared to other things, it actually looks out of level. Specifically what I'm talking about is the ceiling here. There's a ceiling line, I'll actually pull you back so you can see it. There's a ceiling line that you can see the gap is big down that end, and as you start to get down this end, it starts to narrow up. Well, hello.
I got you a present.
You did. A fresh.
So I was thinking,
What do you got? What do you think?
when we move in,
Okay.
2 flights of stairs is very long to grill a burger.
Okay, yeah.
You know how we have the grill for the boat?
Oh!
What if we just attach it to the fire escape?
Dude, totally against fire code, but I'm down with it.
To have a grill on your fire escape?
Yeah, definitely not.
You guys see how cute these are? They're like miniature. They're mini. I like them. I want a bunch of them. Like trick or treat pail,
That is a perfect trick or treat style.
garbage pail.
If we had a kid,
He'd be a Home Depot
he'd be
employee.
the Home Depot man, like the old man in the overalls.
Trick or treat.
Yep, exactly. He'd be so cute. Love ya.
Love ya. Kyle absolutely killed it yesterday with all the shiplap in the trim. It looks so good. So I'm tagging in and I'm gonna paint it all. Does anybody else do this?
Soon after starting, I realized my original plan wasn't ideal. I forgot that the pine had knots and should be sealed with an oil-based paint or primer to prevent any leakage, and the paint I had was not oil-based. But I knew I was going to have to do multiple coats anyway, so I continued painting the first coat with what I had.
All right, coat 2.
After I finished the second coat, I ran to the store and got a can of oil-based paint.
And they're back with Kills. So I'm gonna do a coat of this and then I'll do another coat of the finish color and hopefully that'll work.
I did a coat of Kills, then a coat of the trim color, taped off the floor,
Okay, that took forever.
painted the baseboard and trim, and voila, check out that bathroom.
Kyle's not here, so I'm gonna close this one out on my own. In the next video, I think we're gonna get back to painting, hopefully be able to finish this unit, and then we're really gonna start rocking and rolling. So be sure to subscribe to BiggerPockets, like this video, and follow us along on Instagram at Rentals12. Bye guys.